which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. I'm here. Randy is not here. Dave.
Here.
Lindsay. Lewis.
Present.
Jason.
Here.
Nick. Here. Lisa.
Here.
Nitra.
Here.
Good. I was not here for the March meeting, so somebody wants to make a motion on the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the March 4th meeting.
I will second the motion.
Motions are made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion will carry 4-0. Okay, and then payroll, I'll do that with you after the meeting. Just wait till after.
Let's not forget it.
Yeah, don't forget it this time, but we'll get it done.
Okay.
Okay, I wasn't here.
Oh, so it's on another half.
Yes. Okay, so new business, Mulberry Telecommunications Scholarship Drawing. Usually I say Craig, looks like it's you today, huh?
Yeah, you're welcome. No, I'm Blake Hahn. I'm on the board of directors for the phone company. So yeah, Craig does this usually, but I'm low man on the totem pole.
That's fine.
Me in this time. So we need to draw a few names. I brought some hats. I was counting heads. I brought 12 hats. So if anybody wants one, let me know. I'll leave them here. You can take them, or the board can have them. Whoever wants to have them can do that. So, we thank you for this, and this is a blind draw for a scholarship. We're giving out 5 this year. Their names from Clinton Prairie, Rossville, Carroll, McCutcheon, and Harrison that are all people who have Mulberry telephone or internet service, which is good. And they're for $1,500 for college seniors. So,
How much is a scholarship for?
$1,500 a piece. So there's 5, $1,500. It's a one-time thing for that. So we increased it by a little bit this year just because our subscriber base has grown so much, and the number of people into it, and then so we're gonna draw 5 names, and then we're gonna draw 2 more because just in case somebody decides maybe they don't want to go on next year or something happens or whatever else. So yeah, so I'll just have you all just draw a name. I threw them all in this bag, just draw one out, and hang on to it, and then I'll come collect them up. And, sorry, yeah, but yeah, I said they're from all over. I'm sure Craig comes in here with flair usually and all kinds of fun stuff. If you want to, yeah, I got. And then I'll have. Yep. So I'll grab those, and then you want to grab 2 out of there. You can have our 2 alternates just in case.
Hey, you want
We
one?
need one.
Oh,
alternate.
wait.
But I got an alternate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, just one then.
I want.
Okay, perfect. So hang on. I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll keep these right here, and then we have 1 and our second alternate. Great.
We got any Clinton Prairie kids?
I'll read them off to you.
I know Joey did.
I got one.
If
I
you
got
wanna
Lucy
know.
from just down the road.
We had 1 from McCutcheon, 1 from Clinton Prairie, Lucy Holzkamp, 1 from Rossville, 1 from Carroll, and another from Rossville. So yeah, kind of
Got one prayer too.
all over. Yeah.
What didn't we? We drew.
We'll try our best, but if anybody wants a hat, you guys or
Don's
anybody
already
there.
got one. He's good.
Yeah, you got one already? Oh, okay, you guys have been into it. Anybody else does? Here, I'll pass it up. I'll be on my way. You good? They look good on you. I was gonna say,
Thank you.
would you like one? Very good. Any of you want that?
I'll take one.
I'll
Yeah.
take a hat.
They look good. My son always tries to steal mine like this.
Can't have too many hats.
Well, yeah, especially the sunburn season coming up for some of us.
So when you lack hair, you can't have too many hats.
Mine almost got lost at Turkey Run.
Like Han, HAA.
Still?
Okay, so next thing on the agenda, spring cleanup. That's going to be Thursday, April 30th. I assume we put that out on our Facebook page, and we'll put it out on
I will get it on Facebook. It was
Okay.
in our water, but it was included in a slip in the water bill this month.
It's on Facebook. It is on Facebook.
Oh, is it already?
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
And just make sure if people call, they know to call trash cans if they have questions. Electronic recycling, Saturday, May 2nd, from 8 a.m. to noon, right out here in front of the police department. So just like that always is, nothing really changes there. Okay, we have, is it Bianca?
Yes.
For a variance. So you're needing a variance. What do you got, Kat?
Okay, so she's kind of see if I can take lead here. She's nervous. Okay, so this is where she lives at. She lives on the at
Just right
122.
there.
Yeah, 122 Karen, and so she's got Karen in front and then Greeley here. And because she lives on the corner, she has 2 front yard setbacks. Okay, so she wants to bring out a fence all the way to the line, not into your right of way, but just to the line where technically she should be 15 foot off that line, but the house here itself, right here,
Mhm.
is closer to that line. So she could go all the way to there, but it would kind of look a little funky because then that put her right here going all the way back. And she kind of like to, she just wants to put it to where it ties into this structure here.
Okay.
So she's just asking, it's going to be a 0 setback for a privacy fence.
So I think my only concern would be is if there's going to be any kind of issue with people being able to see at that corner. I can't remember, please help me. Is there a stop sign there on?
2.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but you're
there,
not building it out in front of your house towards the intersection. It'll be on the back side.
From Barron all the way to the alley.
okay, no, that was, yeah, because I'm just trying to visualize it in my head, so I'm sorry.
There's 2 trees, and then the fence will be on the inside of their property.
So there's a stop sign here.
Yeah, but they're doing it right here. So
Okay, I was
it'll
thinking
be-
it was coming out farther.
No,
Okay, yeah.
There's where it's going right there.
My eyes aren't that good. So you're just like-
I know.
I don't have any problems with it. Either. The rest of the board have anything they want
No,
to talk
I
about
do
on it?
have one question. The
You want this back?
name on Beacon is different.
Laura Guzzo, that's my house.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to make,
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure we all, okay.
Yes, yes.
I wasn't,
So like on our applications, the petitioner can be somebody different than the landowner.
okay.
But the
I didn't want them to run
landowner-
into any
yeah.
problems down the road with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
We require either the landowner signs the application,
okay,
or they can provide a little note that says, I give so-and-so permission to file for this variance.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
And the variance that we're seeking is to take it to 0 for the alley side,
For the Greeley
Greeley
side.
right? For the Greeley side.
But the alley side, they could go up to that line there. They don't need a variance on there. It's just the Greeley side that they need the variance for.
And the variance is to what?
I don't
Footage?
think they're, actually don't need one because they're 29 feet from the center of the road and
But the
You're right,
center of
well,
the road and
27.
29 or 25 feet is actually right of way. So we couldn't give them any variance anyway to be in your right of way. But from the edge of that right of way, they need to be actually 15, but because the house here extends out closer, we would allow them to go that far, but of course, then you still got about, I think it's about 7 feet there.
Yeah, do you
It's
have
gonna be
an issue with it?
I don't see an issue with it.
What
because
kind
I-
of fence are you building?
Privacy.
Like a wooden 6-foot privacy fence?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it because like I said, she's coming back here. She's not gonna be up in here. We're not gonna have a visual clearance issue there. So, and I can agree with her that I wouldn't want to go here and, when I would want to go up to the corner of that structure there.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if there's
to make
nothing
it look more
you good with.
uniform.
Utilities.
no, on that side, it's on the other side.
Yeah, they're gonna go on this side here, they're gonna, according to their site plan, they're gonna leave whatever, there's
Blue post and like something else. like
yeah,
on the ground.
that's over here, so they're gonna make sure that's on the outside.
And
Fiber optic in the right corner. Behind the
I don't think you have
That's all on
anything
the
on
east
that
side.
side of the road as
Everything's
far
on
as
the
sewer
east
line.
side. And they're working on the west side. There will be
There's a manhole
Nate
at that
one
alley.
all done for us.
Yeah, right. And they don't, it doesn't require a permit for a fence. But they, even though the fence doesn't require a permit, they still have to meet the setbacks.
When I was on APC, it was a solid wooden fence required a variance and a permit because it was going to quote block air from the neighbors. So Liz would have them.
Some counties do that still, but not
Okay.
us.
Okay.
Yeah, they, from my understanding, when Mark Timmons come in as the building inspector, he had him get rid of having fence permits because just, there was just too many having to run out and do throughout the county, so.
Anybody on the board have a problem with it? If not, we'll take a motion to accept the.
I'll make a motion to approve the
We're
variance.
gonna wait to make sure next.
I want to make sure next,
Get in there.
yeah, I just want to make sure there's not a,
That shouldn't be, because she's not
Major.
building in the right of way though. So
No,
there shouldn't be anything there anyways.
you forget this is Mulberry.
Really? Yeah, there's nothing going down.
Perfect.
Okay, motion,
I'll second.
motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
What are we voting on?
The, giving her the variance?
We vote yes, no, neutral.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Recommendation.
My bad, I'm sorry.
Do roll call, yes, no.
I'm losing my mind,
You're
yeah.
good.
So
You're good. We got four
we'll
of us
do a
here.
roll call vote on that one. Sorry. So Lindsay,
Yes.
I'm a yes. Dave,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
4 yeses. All good.
So we would just need Anitra to sign the action here for us, please. And then I can step out here and let you guys know what else you can do. Unless anybody else needs anything from me.
Nope.
Okay, I do want to let you know real quick though, next Tuesday is our APC meeting and that's when, JB Farrell with Fred 47 LLC is coming through for the rezoning, for the 4 parcels down here. They're currently I-1. He's rezoning them to R3. So I'll be back next month with a blue pack for you guys. Hopefully we'll have a recommendation to bring to you guys, so.
Okay.
Is that not this one that I have that he brought in because it wasn't signed last year? Yes, that is, for variance because he had to do 2 things.
Okay.
Rezone it, but then he also wants, lot size variance because those parcels, there's 4 parcels down there. And because they're adjacent to each other, well, 2 on this side, 2 on this side. He wants to make them 4 buildable lots. Single family dwelling on each
Yeah,
lot.
that's what I thought she was talking about this
Yeah.
when he brought
Yeah.
this into me the week before I went on vacation. And I just needed to verify with Alicia because it wasn't signed last year. So I just needed to verify with Alicia that I could sign it since I wasn't the CT
Okay,
last year.
yeah.
So we figured that out. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't what he was trying to look for.
No, the rezoning, but then he's also got to get
Okay.
that too. So, I mean, he doesn't, if he gets the rezoning done and everything, you guys approve that, then, he doesn't really need to have that, but he wants to have 4 buildable lots instead of just the 2, so.
So the one issue that he did bring up was closing the alley, and we told him absolutely not. That we
Yeah.
will not vacate that
He-
alley.
Yeah, if it closed the alley, then he wouldn't have to get the lot size variance
Yeah.
because that would give him enough, so that's,
Okay.
okay, that, I wasn't sure what happened, he didn't tell me, he just come back and said, well, I'm gonna have to get lot size variance, cause the 4 parcels are just under the 10,000 square feet that you guys require for lot size, and because they've been in exact common ownership and used, I think, maybe together or whatever at one time. In order to split those to make them separate buildable lots, and he's gonna have to go through and do that.
Okay. You said APC Tuesday the 7th
Yes.
at 7?
At 6.
At 6.
Mhm. And that's in the, county annex building, and you'll come in the back door, park in the back parking lot, come in the back door, and it'll be in the meeting room there, so.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Next up, we got just a reminder, it's that time of year again. People are gonna be opening their pools here in the next few weeks, I imagine, next month. Sprinkler credit. So we need to approve that again for the year, or?
No, I think it's via ordinance,
Okay.
so we don't need to approve it again.
So then we're good on that. Just remind everybody to get that affidavit filled out if you want that sprinkler credit.
Yeah, you have to come up here and fill it out.
Old business, we just have the baseball association contract. Is anybody here from the baseball association? No?
I'm still working on revising that.
Okay.
Yes, so.
All right.
So seconds, are you guys just gonna?
Just table.
Table
Table
it.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll have it for next week.
All right. Nick, you're up.
All right, sorry this thing was in day of, just a little short on time lately. So kind of restructure a little bit, like give you guys a little bit more information. So the wastewater treatment plant, it's operating optimally and handling rain events and surge flows. We've actually hit storm mode a couple of times, storm mode 1, and that is, it just speeds up the process a little bit, but we're still treating. And we hit storm mode 3 and we raised the level in the tank, and that seemed to have worked. It was set a little too low, so just a readjustment. The lift station on West Street was overflowing at Elm when both pumps are running during rain events, and working on set points and options on that. Currently, one pump is shut off to stop overflowing due to high flow from both pumps. If not able to fix with set point, we will have, with conversation, may need to look at increasing pipe size on the downstream side. Could just be the pumps, the lag pump being too close to the lead pump, causing it to overflow. But I called Ian Scott today. I was going to talk to him about.
Okay, because wasn't this, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I can't remember off the top of my head, wasn't the lift station part of this whole project?
The lift station is, but we didn't increase pipe size through the entire, that was another $10 million. So we increased capacity. So at the construction meeting, Ian talked about both the pumps were cycling at the same time. There's no way that the piping downstream can handle it. What was supposed to happen is one pump runs, and then if it starts filling up, the other pump will kick in just enough to get it down and and it shuts off. And that keeps it from overflowing the pipes and also keeps it from overflowing the manhole.
So if we adjust that set point so
Yes.
that it comes on later,
Yes.
that could solve the issue.
And that's what he was taking, because the increase in the pipe size through the whole project was never on the table.
And then I got big one, the new testing process is time sensitive and the maintenance has increased. And that includes the maintenance of lift stations. This is a major change from previous processes. As it is, this operator position requires approximately 30 hours plus. This needs to be a full-time operator position, a standalone position.
You're looking for someone for Collins replacement, right?
Correct, but also adding another full-time person.
On top of Collins.
Yes. So that person that does the operating out there, that can be one job.
Have you gotten any hits on Collins' position?
We haven't posted for it yet, but I do have a couple people that would show interest.
We didn't work that in the budget for this year for 2 full-time. We worked in full-time and 2 part-time.
Yep.
Plus you. So you could do that in theory, but you have to get rid of both your part-times. I can't keep Ed and have another full-time. We don't have the money. I don't have it.
To make a suggestion, you should probably do that. And then next year you bring in a part-time if you
A what?
can. Part-time, next year if you can budget in part-time. I think it's more important for Nick to have 3 full-time people. And you still have your, as you guys call your PRNs that come out, they're really not PRNs, I think they're contract people. You have some contract people.
Yeah.
And the reason is that the 3 weeks I've been helping Nick, he can't leave. He really can't leave that what he's doing, because your new system's great, works wonderful, but it is more time consuming. Today we were working on a few things and that damn phone has went off 15 times. Some computer telling him something's wrong. Well, he knows, but he still has to go and look. He can't ignore it.
Are you the new?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
started.
You
I
can
didn't,
hear
I
that.
wasn't here. I'm like, who is this? I wasn't even here. I'm like, who am I talking about? All right, we're good. I'm just a little lost there for a second.
That's Chuck.
Yeah, that's me, Chuck. I'm good.
It's
Well-
not- that's not a big deal for me.
That's not what I'm wanting to do, but we would have to dive back in and try to see. It may require cutting some of Ed's hours potentially, and I don't know how he would feel about that, to have another full timer on. Because when I had full time, it's not just the salary. Now I got to make up for the benefits and everything else with a full time. With part times, I mean, and in theory, before we do that, I would really like you to get to the point to where you have your 2 full part timers back, because it's just my head doing math. I'm going, you, another full time guy, and then 2 part time guys equals 3 full time without the benefit package.
Maybe
Huh?
maybe
There are certain things that, I think it might be that the type of part-time people that we're gonna get, that they're not gonna be suited for certain job duties that they're gonna
Right.
have.
I understand that.
And while I understand if I go with the full-time, I would get some more hours and I would get to train that person for specific duties, but I would still have to pull them off, do all the mowing and all the other stuff that the part-time people do. So I don't think that it wouldn't change anything for me if I also got rid of all the part-time and just had the 3 full-time, because that doesn't give me more hours. That just gives me 3 people that are there all the time.
Can we step back for a second and get this new plant online? We're not even 100% finished with the project, and you're requesting, you're saying, hey, this is going to be 30 hours just because of what you're seeing now. Let's get it online, get everything up, and then you can come to the board and go, all I'm doing is testing and keeping this thing moving, and I don't have time to do anything else. So technically, that's not what a supervisor needs to be doing. You're correct. That's what an operator needs to be doing. But I'm
So you're-
hoping the alarms in your phone and everything aren't blowing up like
You're-
that
You're wanting to hire an operator to be out there full time.
to
Now,
cover.
what kind of salary would that operator need to make?
I think we're still within for the town we're in, it's, the 22 to 28, depending on their experience.
We'll tell you what, do what Dave said and see what it does. But in the meantime, Lewis, can you dive into that maybe?
I'll look at it.
Huh?
I'll look at it.
So,
You're just gonna look at it, looking at it.
I'll dive into it.
so what I'm looking at, judging that time is the testing. So how this plant operates is everything's done in one tank. So while it's settling, I can't test my sludge, and I can't test my final until it's pumping, and it only does that at a set time. So now I have my testing is extended because I have to test at those optimal times, and that's what's spreading my testing out. So by waiting to see, what I'm saying by waiting to see is that the testing's not going to change. The testing that I've been doing since the plant started up is pretty much the same, and it's actually going to get add on because now I'm not even doing my E. coli for the UV system, and we just started chlorine today. So now today I've already added 3 new tests to all of my things that I'm doing. So
Well, I was speaking more on Chuck. Your phone was blowing up every 15 minutes. I'm
Okay.
sure if this machine is like anything else, it's going to have all of its corks starting up till it figures out where home is at, where it's happy running, what levels it wants, what chlorine. Right now we don't know what we don't know. Can you work with GRW and whoever's out there? Like, can you set the testing times? Can you say, I want this pump to draw, I want this pump to do this, so it's not 3 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the evening?
yeah, and we fixed that. So now it does most of its stuff at the set times, which are.
But you're
good for
saying you
us.
still have to spend
It's
30
still-
hours out there as an operator. 30 hours a week. Which leaves you 10 hours to do the rest of the stuff you got to do.
Yeah, that's.
Or you're in overtime. And we didn't know any of this was going to take place. Because you remember, I was trying to do this for you. You're like, well, maybe we should just do the part-time, you know, like somebody was, I don't remember who it was.
We don't.
Yeah.
They said that until things are completely done and you're set, you don't know. Just from my observation, I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot of.
Oh,
change.
yeah, I'm not doubting that, you know, we're gonna need to put another person there. I'm not doubting that the testing. I'd just like to get the entire plan on. If that means we have to pay you a little bit overtime or whatever to get to that point, I think I'm okay with that. But right now, saying the plant's not fully running, I need another person, everything gets up and going, you're like, wait a second, this thing's not as, you know, but like I said, if the testing's taking that much time, then, you know, that's something the board will have to consider.
We'll look and see if we can find money in the budget. We can post columns. So I can get you one right away. Have you talked to Ed, like, and said, hey, I'm asking for another full-time and there's a chance I have to cut the part-time help if I do that? I'd talk to him about that first too. I mean, trying to be fair about it. I mean, obviously I'd like to keep your part-time guy to do mowing and stuff like that and give you 3 full-time, but man, I'm telling you, I don't know where we're going to get it. I mean, we were like $900 in the black this year. Like, that's all we had left, you know, without dipping into cash reserves, which we're trying to avoid so we can build those back up. So, I don't know. We'll just have to dive. I can't give you an answer on that yet. We'd have to dive into it and see. It's not about that I don't want to. It's money. That's the only thing I'm worried about right now. If we had the money to do it, I'd say, yeah, do it. I have no problem with it. It's not trying to hold you back. I just got to be able to pay for it. So we'll look at that, and we should have an answer for you. We could have an answer by the next board meeting, right, Lewis? Like, you'd be able to tell if there's money there, if we can find a way.
Yeah, well, yeah, I can definitely.
You don't have to do it right now.
Um,
I'm just saying, like, all right.
You know, Louis, that's what.
All right. So what else you got, Nate?
Okay, so sewer overflow on March 11th. We got that all cleaned up. The report sent in. There was a new one created today, so I got to fill that report, send it in.
Give any backlash out of either one of those?
No, and I usually don't.
Okay.
But never know.
Just make sure.
As long as we clean her up good, it's all right. And I put in, I'm still talking to them, but I need to put in an order and see if they can bill us for the manufacturer recommended lubricants for the aqua and cruster systems that we have installed out there at the new treatment plant. Just trying to stick with their recommendations. That there's warranties and stuff, so best to do that. Like I said, requesting 2 full-time employees, 1 for items stated above. Shared duties between other departments and with myself, and the other full-time will mainly be operating in streets, parks, stormwater areas with assistance from the part-time employees.
So ideally, you want 2 full-time guys and at least what, 1 part-time?
At least 1 part.
And what is that 1 part-time going to do?
They will mainly help with keeping the park looking nice and doing the cleanups and leaves and maintaining storm drains and, the road signs and
Sure.
help keep the town looking good. And I got in there funds for training because I know, with us hiring new people, we'll have quite a bit of money wrapped up in training. So I know the budget might have to be adjusted or something added in there for some extra training.
Well, you got money for training already in your budget, so if you end up going over that, just come back to us and let us know.
And now I guess we can do that later if I need it. So we're having possible increased sludge removal out of the treatment plant, because with the new process, it also, since it does everything in 1 tank, it also removes the sludge from the tank, and that's a timed process. So after every cycle, it dumps some sludge into the tank, and that seems to be building pretty quickly from that last time I hauled sludge. So
So we're gonna have to haul sludge more than we anticipated, is what you're saying.
possibly. Yeah. I don't know if just the amount of time that the amount of times we have to haul throughout the year are going to change, or if that's going to change in price and actual quantity of how much we're removing. That's yet to be known. So water department tests are going well. The water quality is acceptable, and we passed our back T testing this month. Arsenic testing was sent to the lab, and we had last month also the new findings of the chloramines in the water. Like I said, that's just another disinfectant. So it's just ammonias in our water mixing with chlorine, and it creates chloramines. But since we have chloramines in our water, we don't have to do the free chlorine testing anymore. So that'll take a little bit of testing off. I mean, like 2 minutes. But I'll work with IDEM to get that actually removed from our requirements so we can be legal and not have that done. Infrastructure issues, leaks, breaks, and repairs. So we repaired some damaged pipes at the park. All the lines are the old PVC, and it was damaged. So we just replaced a few things in there. The water, we're going to try getting it turned on this week or next week. Had some metering issues. We had quite a few high usage reports from the clerk. Investigated and found those not to be currently leaking. Usually those are toilet valves or somebody's softener settings got messed with or something. We replaced 4 meters due to them not reading. And then stormwater, we have rainwater in the normal areas. And ongoing problem is the Madison Street. I got called out multiple times for the standing water, and we had to blockade it so nobody drive through it. And we're looking at that getting replaced at the CCMG project on Madison if we decide to do it.
Where's that on Madison? Where's what?
Madison Center.
Madison Center. Then they put a ditch in there a long time ago. That helped a little bit, didn't it?
It's just an ongoing, but it's being looked at, and I want to make sure that goes out at the meeting tonight, that is being looked at for the CCMG grant to get that repaired. We are dependent on grant money to get that repaired, because if we don't have grant money to get it repaired, then your wastewater bills are going to go up, or stormwater, whatever you want to look at it as, but that's the only other way to fix it. So
So we can do a little bit of stormwater work with CCMG, but Colin came back and said that to fix that like it needs to be fixed is $500,000. So if we pull the trigger on CCMG, we're going to have $500,000 of our money to do it with as part of the project.
I was thinking that he said that we had some option to.
We can work with it. Yes, we can do some improvements, but the main goal was to basically put that line in the ground and push it either all the way down to the gas line or to center, and from center push it west over to what we have existing stormwater, which stops at Clinton and Center.
Mhm.
So we could do, but that's $500,000. Plus we have to go on the other side of the road, work with the state to redo that culvert. So there still might be some work we can do there. But the culvert was rebuilt by a farmer who did not have a permit from the state. So
Right.
it's always been an issue.
That's what created that issue, isn't it?
It didn't help.
Some of it
Didn't help it, but
increased the issue.
so I'm got a phone call into Colin just to see where we're at with CCMG, where we're at with what can we do with the money we have. If we pitch in X out of our stormwater fund, what can we get if we can't get the full project? So more to come on that. I think our call's in just July or October. July. Okay.
I remember.
So we got a couple months to figure out what we want to do.
Yeah, Nick, keep going.
Okay, so with all of the calls, we picked up leaves in the ditches and cleared the openings before storm. It didn't have much effect because that tile is broken under Madison Center, so it didn't help too much. And what we'll do is we'll try jetting the line again in August when we get the jetter rental. And The water drainage at the park might need looked at. It was a little slow, but I did notice when I got off work around 5 o'clock or so, it was, everything was kind of receded in the yards over there by park. So, all right, move on to streets, patching and paving. So we got paving on Clinton Street and First Street, just patching some water work that we did under there. Looking at potholes, need to schedule the Harley raking of the alleys. Have had a call about an alley just yesterday, actually. So we need to probably get that done this year. I think it's been a couple of years.
I think we already told you to do it. I think, if I remember right, I think we told him like in January or something to get that scheduled.
Well, I think he wanted to put it on the budget or something. I don't know if we did
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah, we want you to do that. We had that, I think we had that kind of factored in for something we'd have to pay for this year was Harley raking those alleys.
It's fine. Just letting you guys know, get it scheduled. So signage and traffic control issues. We'll be replacing signs on South Main and Gas Line. We had a down sign on 2nd Street and Hiawatha. Got those fixed. We'll be straightening the street signs again due to just the weather throughout the year. Equipment status. Bucket trucks, still haven't had a chance to get the repairs needed on the exhaust and oil leaks. Need to repair the F-350. Just need a decision on that if we're getting
What's our
repaired.
deductible on our insurance for town equipment?
Can't answer that for you.
Alicia, do you know?
I don't know for vehicles. I think generally it's like $10,000.
I feel like somebody did say that.
But that's
So,
usually our liability.
well,
vehicle.
We ain't gonna file a claim on that, so.
So we could fix it in-house.
Yeah.
Just one clear.
How much body damage, Nick?
It's the door
Just
just straight,
front door panel.
needs straightened out.
Yeah, if we pull that out, it'll be fine.
I got a guy in Kokomo who just kind of does stuff like that. You want me to get a picture of it, send to him, see how much you charge?
Can, but I'll need it to be pretty.
Well, he ain't gonna
Just
make it
want the
pretty.
door functional.
Yeah, that's, if I tell him, just, hey, make the door functional, do this, he'll do it.
Well, I'm pretty confident we can. Just bring it out.
Catches the front, the front panel, roof panel, it's just barely catching.
How much is the bucket truck gonna cost to fix?
Bucket truck, the last quote was $800.
Oh.
I was gonna take it to them and let them look at it, get a quote and see if they can figure out that oil leak that's going on. And,
Will leak hydraulic or engine?
okay, so seasonal preparations. A lot of the calls, and I've noticed a lot of drains around town that aren't ours. Some of the yard drains in the area of residents seem to be filled with leaves in areas, and they could use a bit more cleaning by residents to improve the situation of the flooding. And the only storm drains that the town actually owns are on the Main Street and Gas Line area. The rest is all just farm tiles and drains that people have put in, and they're not really our responsibility. So just something that kind of seems like, I don't know if we can, I don't want to write them all letters or anything, but somehow make them aware. Park maintenance updates. We installed the new handicap swing. The northwest door handle at the shelter was fixed and a deadbolt installed. The train was installed and the swings are up. We cleaned the threshold drain at the shelter overhead door. It had a lot of stuff in it. And under issues at the park, I got the storm drains down because we're going to open those up and take a look at them, see if maybe there's just more debris in there than we think. Groundskeeping and seasonal work at the park is we're just picking up sticks and cleaning leaves. It's just a never ending job. So then we're going to start mowing. The upcoming events and projects at the park, we still got to get the new siding and get it put in. Once Rodney gets that done, that'll make that area look really nice. Now I wanted to add all of our call outs and emergencies. So, as you can see there, seven or so call outs. We got mixer overload at 5:30, mixer overload at 10:30. Tree looked like it was falling down around 5 on the 15th. You got the 12:30 a.m. for the flooding on Madison. You got 4:30 p.m. for the wastewater. And then we had a tree come down in the last storm. So you got call out for that. Then, we get in on some of the emergency responses as well. So the tree down on Hobson, it was on power lines. So all we could do at the time was barricade it and just remove it the next day. So we got the tree debris and stuff, but the trees on the resident property. So
It's gone.
it's gone. They got it. Good. I haven't driven by yet. So,
I think it was the guy that did the park.
yep, cool. So you can see the multiple call outs on the Madison flooding. So, special tasks and projects I'm working on is, of course, going to be helping with the hiring of the new employees, the wastewater Wilhelm checklist, training for me and new people. And I'd like to schedule a meeting with Anitra to kind of talk about our budgets and stuff and see what's mine, what's yours. See if we can make some kind of a better plan before we
can come to an agreement.
before we get to it. Then working on, all of our grant funded stuff, the Madison Street, possibly wastewater treatment plant and lift stations. Just special stuff that's out of the ordinary that we normally don't do. And then I got down there hiring two full-time employees and keeping one of the part-time guys.
Well, I'd say as far as the one full-time employee that we already have budgeted, I would say we could post that. Salary would just be what's on the salary ordinance with possibly depending on their certificate. Like if they come in fully certified, we could negotiate salary for, but just put like entry level salary and then negotiable depending on experience level and certifications.
I actually spoke with Paula about that. For Collins or Joe, whatever,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, whichever one he was. And she said the best way to do that is to give a salary range. So I don't know if that's something you guys want to discuss. I mean, here's the salary ordinance. So, and this is all a little foreign to me. Like I said, I reached out to Paula and talked to her a little bit about it to get some of her
We had
insight.
given Nick several raises, so you might want to look at his starting salary and range it up to where you would be if you had the certification.
Is that something the board needs to vote on?
I don't think so, not until we hire.
I
And
mean-
then if we did hire, we would have to amend the salary ordinance for that position to reflect
We
whatever.
know where it
salary we
ended
got.
up at, so if you want to start $4 or $5, not Nick's Collins.
Sorry.
If you want to start $4 or $5 under that and then go up to what it is, then that gives you a range.
Could we advertise it, Nick, as pay based on experience? Just so you can get some people, just so you can get some applications, because you set out there X amount, and somebody's like, man, I'd love to do that, but I'm gonna take a $5,000 a year pay cut. Get them in the door, get them, kind of going, and then we can look at and if they say, what's max pay? Well, with your experience, it's this. What am I gonna start at? Well, we'll see with the experience and stuff you have.
I mean, honestly, you guys set the pay, so
Yeah.
it's, if you guys want to post it as based off experience, that's fine with me.
I think it's just gonna give us a broader scope of candidates to look at, and it doesn't exclude people right off the bat.
Get more applications.
Yes, but I mean, yeah, and if they come back and say, I'm not gonna fill an app out if I don't make 50,000 a year, bye. We just eliminate those as we go. I mean, I would think that the one person you're gonna hire, if they have some type of accreditations, would be in the Colin range as far as pay, because he was working his way up as he got the training and the classes passed. So, but I say post it because you're not getting any younger.
Whatever it takes to post it.
Yeah, pay based on experience.
Work with
and-
Anitra to get the job title posted on our website and on our,
We have the job description.
Yep.
I was able to find that.
so just get it all posted and go from there. You got anything else?
Tomorrow.
That's it.
Okay, Jason.
Okay, look at the stats. Pretty consistent for the month. Call volume starting to go up, and as spring comes on with all the ordinance enforcement, that's going to go up. Why I'm there, I was waiting to see if Gordy was going to be here. You brought up the last meeting. I spoke to them, gave them until after spring break. I went, nothing's really been improved. So they moved some stuff, but overall there wasn't much, in my opinion. Yeah, so I spoke to the boy, and he goes, yeah, Mom wanting to put some fence up the block. And he goes, can you show me where we could put it so then it's not an issue no more? So we walked, he invited me to walk the property, and I said, all this crap back here that you're making reference to, I said, the fencing's got to be there. Over on, was that west, would be, is it west? Willard Street, that you can see to the west. There's a section there that you can see, and then there's another one there right off of Wyandotte. So I told him, I said, and then you still got to move these vehicles that are, you know, the rusty. I said, and he goes, yeah, we'll get all that so it's out of public view, and then they'd be in compliance by our ordinance. And I said, he said, we'll get it done. I said, when? He goes, well, how much time you get? I said, 2 weeks. How about 2 weeks? And I said, with the weather, now's good. You should be able to get some post holes dug and get the fences in. So I'll check back in 2 weeks. And
It's been there 15
Yeah.
years, so
Well,
a couple more
trust-
months ain't gonna hurt.
yeah. So it's in process. Dave, the van's been moved, the Cadillac's been moved. There was a long story with the Cadillac, but there was some paperwork stuff why, and apparently they had someone come and get it yesterday. So that's all been rectified. Statistics, you know, like I said, everything's pretty normal. Budget, we didn't spend much last month other than some training with Steve, sending him to get certified on the breath test and what's called SFST, that's standardized filterized testing. And that's pretty much all we spent out of budget other than normal payroll. The fleet cameras for the vehicles was installed. That was a nightmare of a project. I don't want to be around if it's got to be upgraded again. Steve and I attended a storm watcher training. It was free at Franklin Police Department. I don't know if you guys saw it advertised through the community. Renee Crick, that's Crick, Fleshauer was it. She is head of the emergency management here locally, and it was pretty interesting what to look for. And there was a number for the National Weather Service. Now you're ordained as a spotter, yeah, and called in. That last storm that came through, we had hail on the ground, and they explained about how the radars, the different types of radars and the Doppler and so forth, and why you need spotters, because the distance from that radar to there, they're looking way up here. What's on the ground, they may not be able to see. So it was pretty interesting. And I've already reported that last storm, we had hail on the ground and called, watching the news, and sure enough, they said somebody in this area was a spotter and called in, you know, pea-size hail. So, yeah, special. Next week, Steve and I will be gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday for our state mandated training to keep our arrest powers, our certifications. The grant that you guys preemptively said we would take, and they said they would announce before this meeting, it's still not been announced. So I don't have any news on that. That's the one for the ADs and another radio. I've been approached. Was you gonna bring that up, or you don't need to? On the okay, on the path.
Oh no, I haven't had a chance to. think
Okay,
quite
I just want to throw it out there
Yeah.
because I told people I would.
Yeah.
I've been approached by a few people. How do we get to the Dollar General on our golf cart? And I was like, well, you got to park it like on West Street or something. Walk. I said, and he said, can we drive down 38 just for that little, you know, basically that one property? And I said, no, you can't have it on state highway other than right angles. And I said, let me ask the board and see. And I found out that apparently this has been talked about before I came here with the home, Mulberry Home, and then putting a path in, and Mulberry Home wasn't interested. So then I started, when I was driving around And I talked to, Lindsay, and she said that they think there's an easement along that field there. So you may be able to come in the backside. So she's gonna look into that. So we might be able to get a pass so people can get their carts to the Dollar General. And we do have quite a few. I've already done, Randy's left, but I want to say we've already done 6, 7 inspections already, on carts already this year, and it's still pretty early. So there is quite a few. And then you guys already mentioned the spring cleanup. I will be, if there's properties you think are dilapidated, call me, leave me a message, or approach me. I am going to send some letters out for the ones that I've identified. Hey, there's something free next week. So I was going to give it the week prior, take advantage of it, get it set out, because the next week, that's when tickets are going to start happening. So hopefully we can get that taken care of. The electronic stuff, I will be here Saturday for that. Last year, I don't know if I made a report, but I want to say it was 8 of those great big boxes. I mean, I don't know if you saw the boxes, but they were enormous. I was astonished how much they took. So if you got electronics, hang on to them and bring them up on that Saturday. Was that May 2nd? Okay. And that's all I have. Yes, sir.
The siren doesn't go off anymore.
It does.
Does it?
No.
It started again. Yeah, it's
They
fixed.
fixed it.
Okay. 'Cause
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't hear it
I didn't
today,
hear
but
it. I hadn't been hearing
I
it, that's
did,
why.
but
Today was a monthly test day, but I don't
This-
know,
no,
or a weekly
Saturday.
test day, I mean. It was the weekly test for
Oh.
my radio, but I guess I wasn't home at noon.
I was gonna
so
say,
don't know.
I was here at noon, but I'm gonna tell you, you become acclimated, so it may have went off and I didn't even notice it, so I can't say, but he was in here. If you didn't know, I can't remember his name.
You said last
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah, he replaced, there was some kind of fuse capacitor type thing, and it's the design of it's so it's only a matter of time. Water leaks in and then freezes and then pops it. So it's gonna happen again at some point, but 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, but it's just the way it is. That's what he explained to me. So it's okay.
I shouldn't say it did go off today. It has been going off. I have been hearing it.
All,
I will listen tomorrow. You listen tomorrow.
yeah. I'll
Did you
try.
have anything for us on ADA stuff? Or were you just here to hang out? Okay. I didn't have you on the agenda, so I
That's
just
all
wanted to give you, go ahead.
Really, I call it the nature of it. It's just sitting on vacation. I've only got one copy of what we put together so far. This is your etiquette handbook for ADA for all your employees. It's 22 pages long. At some point, you'll have to adopt this and then sign it, but you won't sign it until we've educated everybody.
Okay.
As far as employees. So I just want to come give you what we've got with this. We're working on the ADA transition plan and the Title VI stuff too, but I don't have it all completed yet, but I did have this completed. So I'm gonna be able to get that to you guys, and at some point sit down, we'll get together and have them set up a meeting. So everybody it won't all be at the same time.
Okay.
But we'll do our education with everybody.
Okay.
And the only other thing I have is if anybody's looking for something to do on Sunday from 10 to 12, the Easter Bunny's going to be at Mulberry Nursing Home.
Well, cool.
Are you looking for the Easter Bunny or just?
He's going to be there. I got word that he was going to be there. So he's
Uh,
got like 200 and some eggs to pass out.
Okay.
Council reports. So Lindsay, go first. Do you have anything?
The only thing I wanted to touch base, is there a way, and this is for Jason mainly, and I know you and I had this discussion about people parking in the yards. Now that it's raining, I think it's really important to get people, even more important to get people out of their yards. I mean, you know which property I'm talking about when I tell you that sidewalk's a mess, and now they're in
I've
the
already
side,
talked to him.
they're in the side yard now.
That's where you told, that's their driveway for the garage.
It's not 2 cars
Yeah,
wide.
it is.
There's no gravel there.
It's grown up in grass. That's why I'm
Better
saying.
put some
it's-
gravel down.
Well, but it's, that it's grown up in grass. I mean, and we've had that discussion about how many properties here in town that are parking just like that, but alongside the road, and it's gravel that's grown up in grass. So
It's gonna be a
that's their
mess.
garage, because we walked out there and looked at it. It's a double, well, I don't want to say a double garage, but it's a garage with gravel in front of it.
Right, with
And they
one
asked,
lane of gravel. There is not space there for two. I'm telling you,
I'll
they are
look at it.
parking too wide and there's not two. I just don't want a bunch of mud drawn out. I mean,
Oh,
that sidewalk is horrible.
Well, yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't know if the mud would have went there anyways, because when they poured that sidewalk, it never got a chance to grow grass, and there was some gravel there. But I told them, I said, if you're gonna keep parking there, you've got to call in more gravel. But I said, right now it's so saturated, you're gonna have to bring in boulders to fill the mud before you be able to park. So.
But they are not the only ones.
No,
So
the
there
ones
are-
down here, I addressed that. They've not, I drove by, have not, but they're doing exactly what I told them to do, because that's what you told me to do.
Right. But I like that. I have you trained well.
You said, tell them to park in front of the garage, so that's what I told them.
Can we just make, like, when you're driving around?
Yes.
just in general, check homes, because it's more
There-
than just.
The only
couple
one
that
I've
we've
really
been-
other identified is down there, is that Wyandotte, where off the alley, and I mean, it is a mud hole. And I've talked to them before, but yesterday I drove by, or not yesterday, I've been making it a point to see when I can catch them, but there was a work truck, but it was not parked where the mud hole is. I think it's so deep and so full of water now, they don't want to pull there, they're gonna lose their car. But I've asked Nick, I said, how far is the alley, how far is them? And I think there's probably a little bit that's the alley, but the rest I think is on them. And it's the same thing. I think there was some gravel there, and they've had more traffic than the previous people that lived there, and it's rutted. So, yeah, I was gonna have a discussion with them, but it seems, I don't know what their work schedule, because by the time, some days their car, like the work truck was, it was there late at night, and I didn't want to approach them then. So I'll talk to them, but that's not the only other one. But yeah, when they start bringing mud up onto the roadways and stuff, that's definitely, it makes it look terrible. But yes, yeah, I agree, that sidewalk, but I don't know what the problem is. The way it's sloped right now, all that water is just gonna go, even if it wasn't, they'd parked there and rutted it, I still think all that would fill up with, make the sidewalk look nasty. You know what I'm saying, by the way it's
Almost as
pitched?
bad as it does now, but that's okay.
Huh?
Not as bad as it does now, but that's okay. We'll get that figured out. But yeah, if you can just, when you're
It's gonna
doing your
be-
rounds, check for
It's gonna
people.
be summer before that dries out. before
It
we're gonna Be
is.
able to do anything with it.
Yeah. Yep, okay, that's all I got.
I got a couple things. First thing, we need to amend our side-by-side. I'd like to amend our side-by-side ordinance,
Okay.
to allow them in town. As long as they got seatbelts, and basically to mirror state law
Which includes helmets for,
for minors. They're all over the place. They're allowed out on the country roads. So I don't see what the problem is, as long as they're being operated in accordance with state law. I don't know why we wouldn't allow that.
Joey, would we still do like a golf cart inspection on top of what the state law?
We can if you want. That's up to you.
I mean,
It's,
I don't
they gotta
disagree.
be registered. If you're gonna operate them on any road, they gotta be registered through the BMV.
Yes.
So
That's
we
why I
don't,
didn't
we
know
don't
if that-
require,
is that
well, that's what I'm
enough?
saying. We don't require people to come do a vehicle inspection because you live in town. You know what I mean? BMV suffices. So as long as they're properly registered through the BMV, I don't see, and they're insured, I don't see why. And if they're not, then they're gonna get a bunch of tickets and you're gonna tow it. So, you know, this is what it is. So if they operate it legally, and
And
then
you tell the board or tell them, because there may be people that not understand what the BMV, there's a sticker that the BMV issues.
yeah.
For
For the, and the state law, like basically it's just for the side by sides, and it requires like seatbelts. It requires like turn signals, headlights, brake lights, insurance, all that stuff. So basically it makes it to where somebody can't bring in a 4-wheeler and say, hey, this is a UTV. And you can't ride 4-wheelers, to have 3-wheelers, stuff
And
like
children
that.
under 18 have to
Children
have helmets.
have to have
Yes,
helmets
and you
on.
cannot drive it till you're 16.
Yep, you gotta have a license to drive it, I believe.
Yes, you have to provide, an actual license to drive it.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Cool. All right, and then
I mean, she just spoke. What about the tobacco park thing? You said he was gonna,
I haven't had a chance
Okay,
to do
yeah, I
that yet,
just-
but it's
yeah.
on my list.
okay, yeah.
okay,
Sorry, Joey.
nope, you're fine. Okay, and then so I found out in March, the cell phone tower, the Verizon tower got turned on. So I had that Alexana company come back in. They provided me the report. I just got it yesterday. We are in good shape. There's no dangers. It says that,
Well below.
yeah, the highest, I'm just gonna read just a small portion of it. The highest recording was at 0.7. So they checked in like, I think, 10 or
10. Yes.
10 different points. 0.7 would have been at Yunt and Glick. So right up here. That was where they got the highest reading, and that was 13% of the permissible exposure limit. So it was
13th of a percent.
13.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
permissible limit is 580 and it was at 0.7.
Yeah. So it's at
It's a 13th.
a 13th of a percent of the permissible limit. So there is, and then they provided us certifications for their equipment, calibrations for their equipment to show that their equipment is not something they just bought off of Amazon that may or may not work. It's actual certified calibrated equipment. They're certified certified operators that used it. There is no danger from the RF radiation. That's what they have concluded based on what the FCC has provided as what they say is an acceptable limit for human exposure. We are so far below that, even with that tower on. Did it go up? Yes, it went up. That's what the guy said. Yes, it went up when they turned the tower on, but
It was very minimal.
it was
though.
very minimal to
Like,
begin with, and it's still minimal. It's well below. So I'm gonna.
It did go up though, right?
Yeah, it did go, well, we knew it would. I mean, when you turn a cell phone tower on right there, it's inevitable. It's going to go up, but it's not. It didn't go up anywhere near a dangerous level. So
Or very high, very much at all.
no,
couldn't-
in the report they provided us, they actually did side by side comparisons from the. Find it here. I get my phone to work.
Some of them actually went down.
Yeah, some of them went down, some of them went up. So it must have been, I don't know, it was the way the wind was blowing that day or what. But they did side by side comparisons from last May when they did it before the tower was constructed, and then March of this year when they did it. And it barely went up. Like,
So do you want me to just tell Gordy what his would be by his house?
yeah, go ahead.
So the test site by your house, Gordy, the first time they did it,
Where did they test it at?
it was at the closest one to your house, which was the corner of,
That's Wyandotte and is that Wyandotte? Yeah,
That's Wyandotte.
and Willard.
well, in between West and Willard.
In between West and Willard at Wyandotte.
So that one, when they initially tested it, was 0.004. Okay, so I don't know what all these.
580. So
Yeah.
number 580. that's
580.00, that is the allowable limit, okay? When they first tested it, it was 0.004. When they retested it, it was 0.036. So that's all it went up.
It's going up.
It's not going to keep going up. That's all it did. It's done. The tower's on. So yeah, it's going to be RF radiation. If you have a cell phone, you're going to get exposed. You have a microwave. You have Wi-Fi in your house. You have Bluetooth. You have it. That's all RF radiation. You don't live in a world like we do today without getting some type of exposure to RF radiation. Our point in this was just to make sure that that tower kept everything within legal guidelines for people's safety. And we followed through with doing that, and we'll probably do another one next year just to make sure it's still rolling. But for right now, I know there's some that have concerns, and I'm sympathetic to that, but there is no, to what the evidence that we've seen, there is no danger here. So I will provide that to Anitra, and if anybody wants a copy of that report, obviously it's a public document, so you just have to come up, fill out a FOIA request, and she can get it to you. So, and that is all I believe I have. Dave.
I signed paperwork for phase 1 substantial completion on the wastewater treatment plant. They had a punch list. This does not mean that if anything as part of phase 1 doesn't go as, we can still come back. They just wanted to get it on the books with SRF and how the funding and granting and all that stuff goes. So that was submitted. Signed some SRF disbursement forms, but there was one for Duke that I would not sign until I got some more clarification. So we get a recall notice or we start shutting power off. Don't know why. I want to present a letter from the community club. They asked the town of Marlbury for donations for the mural. So they were just, I'll present that to Anitra. I don't know. We don't have to do anything right now, but she can scan that into the next meeting and we can look at it. And if we want to give money, we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I just didn't get to her in time. I know she hasn't been busy. And Mr. Bob Bryant from Henriot Insurance would like to sit down with you, Anitra, at your convenience to explain all of our insurance and what we have and don't have and what he's not selling. He did it with Chris, sat down and said, hey, here's everything you have for the town, stuff I don't know.
So he just wants to explain it.
Yeah, I think
I need.
it's a 3-year contract.
Okay.
So we got 2 years left, so he's not selling you anything.
Nope. He just he knew with new clerk coming in and some of the issues we've been having, he was giving us some guidance on current insurance that we do have. So at your convenience, I just wanted to put on your radar in case he reaches out to you.
Okay, so I at least know if it's okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And it was Bob Bryant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can forward you his contact.
Would you do that for me? I'd appreciate that.
So, and that's all I have.
Lewis. I got a couple questions. Nick, by the railroad on Main Street, we got the steel plates down. They've been there for a long time. Now they're sinking into the pavement. Do you know what the projected time is to be able to button that up and it go back to being pavement again?
Yeah, I know he came a couple weeks ago, got measurements. So I'd imagine it wouldn't be too much longer. Because that's really all they need to do to get everything finished up is the paving and then stone at West Street.
Stone on West Street, there was a dispute on who punched the hole. They're saying Duke did it. Duke said they didn't do it. So that's just a gravel
The
thing
hole
on the side where they did the bore. Yeah, they did the boring. So the punch list items were to fill that hole in, finish paving on the other side of Main Street. There were some spots there. I think we're going to pave down at Elm and Wyandotte where they did the cut. So they were just waiting for the plants to open back up because they pretty much moved their stuff.
So this summer, probably.
Oh, I'm thinking it should be done before. We have a construction meeting April 17th. Does that sound right? We moved it up April 17th. If it's not done by April 17th, then you'll be getting a phone call. He was saying the first part of April, once the plants opened up where we could get asphalt, that they would get the guys back out here.
Okay.
But yeah.
Then Nick, you mentioned wanting to get with Anitra on your budget versus her budget.
Yep.
Is your supply list for this? Are you covered, or are you just holding off to find out what you can spend? Because I know you didn't submit supply list, which you don't have to, especially since you have a budget. But I want to make sure if you're needing to buy stuff that you're buying it.
Yeah, I can still purchase it, but we are having the credit card thing. But yeah, we're getting there. Once I get that, it'll be a lot easier. So right now, what I'm trying to purchase is stuff that we have accounts set up, so I can just get billed. So some of that has slowed down a little bit. But yeah, the meeting I want to have is basically, so if I go and.
That's fine. I just want to make sure, since you didn't give a supply list and then you were like, I need to get with her on the budget, that if there's anything that you needed to buy, that you were able to do it.
Yeah,
So,
no, that's not what it's about.
yeah, no, that's fine. And do you happen to know offhand how many meters we have in this town?
479.
479. That's a pretty precise number, huh?
Give you a Rain Man on that one.
Yeah. So I got two questions for you, Miss Alicia. First of all, I want to say that I love lawyers.
Wow. Where's this going?
The longer I work with you, the more I love you as a lawyer. So I just wanted to say that publicly. Do we, I know we brought both these conversations and I have forgotten where we're at. So the updated comprehensive housing plan for like plan unit development, are we still working on that, trying to get ahead of potential developers? Because the old one's like 20 years old or
Yeah,
something.
I mean, we can work on it. I need guidance from you all, what you want before I
Well, I think we,
draft
didn't
things.
we talk about it before, like, it's a matter of like the type of homes and stuff that can be
Yeah.
built? I
Yeah.
thought we talked about stick built and no modular.
We passed the ordinance
Yeah,
for
that's what I
that,
thought.
but I'm talking about, I don't
Minimum
know.
square footage type thing, is that what you're thinking?
Nope, I'm thinking like when the developers come in and they're wanting, if they do, we've got to be lined up
So
on.
minimum lot size?
So
Like, you
the
tell me what you're
Unified
thinking.
Development Ordinance has a subdivision.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the Unified Development Ordinance has a subdivision guidelines that are already in place.
Yeah.
That we should probably look at, and make
Revisit.
sure that you all are comfortable with that, or if there's changes we want to make. Mulberry can make changes to the UDO specific to Mulberry, but if we don't do that, then we're following whatever the county has in place. So I can get that from the Unified Development Ordinance and send it to you if you want, and then
I
we
mean,
can
it's
look at it.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we need to start. We can definitely make changes, but I need to know what we'd want before I can do anything.
So those are on 10-year. So I think we're halfway through, or maybe a little bit more from the last time they were updated. The UDOs get updated every 10 years.
Yeah.
So
Don't you guys finish this? Something just dawned in my head that I forgot about, but go ahead.
Okay, so we're good for the
So-
time being.
Well, so basically what we'll want to do is if the council wants to make changes to that, we can do that at any point. The UDO doesn't get updated as a whole for 10 years, but we can make changes whenever we want. But you all would need to look at what the UDO says about the subdivision ordinance and then see if there are changes that you want. And then we can make those changes.
So Rossville's got a line on housing development. And I don't know where they're at. You're the Rossville lawyer, right?
Well, our firm is, I'm not specifically,
You're the
but
Dayton lawyer.
I'm not dating.
Not anymore?
No.
she's everything but.
Dayton's with them.
Is it Witherburns? Yeah, so they're doing it. I've got, I don't know. I'm hearing some stuff from Lafayette with all the expansions and stuff that we've got some developers
People may be
that are
coming this way.
sniffing around the Mulberry area too. So I just want to make sure, I know we had Colin in here and he talked about you guys want to be ready fast. And I couldn't remember, that was probably September of last year.
Yeah.
And I wanted to.
Yeah.
follow up.
We can definitely do something. I just need you guys to kind of look at that ordinance and see what changes we want to make, and then we can definitely do those if you want to.
So this one I know probably everybody can answer because, but I totally forgot. We've talked about the Dollar General annexation
Uh-huh.
and we had talked about waiting until the first of the year and then
We paused on that
Because of the water bills.
because of the water bills.
to get that sorted out, but
Right.
we've sorted that out, right?
Have we? I have no idea. Nobody
No,
told me.
you
if
sent
we
them a
have.
letter, right?
Yeah, I
That's
sent
it.
them a letter, and
We
then
haven't heard back.
I haven't heard anything.
So in my eyes, it's sorted out.
Yeah.
So
That was a while ago.
yeah, I sent the letter months ago.
Yeah, probably like before Thanksgiving, I imagine.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was months ago. I don't remember when, but I definitely sent the letter. We can move forward if you want to with the annexation, whatever you guys want to do. I just hadn't heard whether or not that was resolved, so I had it on my list, but on pause until we.
Yeah, we were waiting on DG Legal to reach back out because we were wanting to discuss with them how we wanted to rectify this. Like, did they want a credit or did they want money? Like, what were we doing? And we haven't heard back.
Weren't we waiting on? Didn't we talk to like the actuary or whoever? Did we get that back from like the people who were doing the rate?
No, can you reach back out to them though and just
To the rate people or to Dollar General.
Dollar General,
Yeah, I
just
can reach
see
out to them.
if they had a resolution on that yet, or if they wanted to discuss a resolution, or.
We did reach out to Baker Tilly because that's where Nick was saying they do have a 8-inch. What line?
6-inch.
Yeah,
But Baker Tilly gave us a resolution, right? Then they tell us like,
I don't remember getting anything from Baker Tilly.
I thought we were waiting on Baker Tilly, and we had sent a letter to Dollar General saying, we're waiting for more information. We'll be in touch soon. And then I don't think we ever got.
can you reach back
anything
out to
from-
Baker Tilly and see what the deal is with it? Who did it?
It was Chris.
Chris, you did?
Pointed to Chris.
Baker Tilly? Okay.
So,
Demetria,
because I'd have to
can you
look.
reach out to Baker Tilly, please?
Sure.
I'd have to
Can we
ask
ask him?
Get with Nick. So Nick's the one brought to the board's attention.
Okay.
The fees are based off of pipe sizes.
Right.
They put a 6-inch line in for the Dollar General because that's what they do. But they're not using any water. I mean, there's nothing there for them other than fire suppression in a bathroom. Why do they need a 6-inch sewer line? But that's what they got. That forced us to give them a rate because you can use more water.
Right.
You are, but that increases the rate. So we need to get Baker Tilly to say, hey, how do we fix this?
Right. And then my recollection, which I haven't looked at the letter in a while, but my recollection is we sent a letter to them saying, we're getting more information. Please hold. And then we never got the information from Baker Tilly, and that's what we're waiting on.
Okay.
In
So
my
we need to get the
memory.
information from Baker Tilly and then we can start,
Yes.
we can go from there.
Yes. So do you want me to hold on sending them the letter until, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, we need to verify what's going on with Baker Tilly.
Well, I'm good now.
Okay, what was your,
My light
aha
bulb, my
moment?
yeah, my
Start
light bulb.
throwing shit.
When I was looking through some of our ordinances on our town page, first of all, the board members have never been updated on the ordinance section.
Okay.
And
On the website.
yeah, yes.
Okay.
So like on the Mulberry Town page, when you can go, well, it's on the town, on our actual town page, we're updated. But if you go into the ordinance section, they're not. And it also says that these are for Clinton County, Nebraska.
Okay, so somebody, I don't know who deals with the website, but whoever. Okay, so,
Yes, I can contact him. I
Yeah,
already talked to him.
okay,
We've
okay.
been emailing about.
So we'll
other
need to
things,
fix
so-
both of those things.
I'm trying
We are
to,
not Nebraska.
yeah.
Nitra, do you have anything?
I
for
do.
us?
Hold on, I fix names and we're not in Nebraska. Yeah, I need, the board to sign this so I can go register my bond at the clerk's office. My bond is behind it.
What's your bond?
The.
For serving
30,000
as clerk.
Yeah, for serving as clerk. It's already ready. So I just need for you guys to sign it so I can go get it filed.
Yeah, what else you got?
I think that's it.
Oh, that's it.
I
Alicia?
think, oh, actually, no, I'm so sorry. So just know that I have to contact Janet with the,
I've been there with.
yeah, I reached out to her, I think late last night. She wasn't in, and then she called me back and I wasn't here. None of the budgets were entered into Keystone for this year, so that's why all of our stuff, every time I try to write a check, it's showing that if I write this check, we're gonna go $3,000 because there's no money in the appropriations. So I hate to say it, but we're gonna have to spend a little money because I don't know enough about budgets and how to enter that stuff in Keystone. I'm learning a lot. I'm actually able to do some reports and everything on my own, just kind of trial and error. And with Keystone's help for free because we pay them the yearly or monthly, however it's paid. But in looking at, Keystone was on the phone with me last night and she could not find, she finds where our 25 budget is in there, but nothing was entered for 26. So just know that I'm going to be working on that. So I know Nick wants to come to me with budget questions and I may not have a great answer for him because there's no money where it's supposed to be. The amounts are in there. So I will work on that. I got to call Janet back tomorrow at 1. So I'm hopefully going to work on that tomorrow and hopefully get it updated. That way we know what's there and what's not and where stuff is supposed to be. But I think that's all I have. That's the only snafu that I've really ran into that I feel was an issue.
Not having a budget.
Yeah, got to know how much money's supposed to be in each
Yeah,
appropriation, and it
could be an
wasn't,
issue.
so.
Okay.
But that's it,
Oh,
sorry.
you got?
Yeah.
Lisa,
Hey,
you
Joy,
got
you're
anything?
done.
I just am working on some things, so I'll have some stuff for the next meeting, but I don't have anything today, so I'm sorry.
Nope, all good. Okay, public comment. Gordy.
Board 619 West Wyandotte. Somebody was telling me it was November or December of last year, there was somebody gonna come and fill the cracks on Wyandotte.
Yeah, that didn't get done yet. All right.
Never happened.
I'll make a note for Colin. Were you at the meeting when I told him? He said, we'll take care of
In
it.
front of your house, 'cause they did.
They did it in front of your house?
Yeah, I don't know.
Now I gotta look. I don't drive
Because-
past, I don't
because they
drive past
quit-
my
I
driveway.
think
I
they
pull
quit
into
at
my,
Woodruff, didn't they? And
Yeah.
then
I pull into my driveway. I don't
Yeah,
go past
but
it.
Gordy's
I don't know.
was down because they were supposed to go.
Yeah,
I know,
I know,
but he
but
tried, they were
they-
supposed to do them both at the
both.
same time.
Yes.
So now I've gotta look.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, I will
Okay.
say something
I
to
know.
Colin.
I pull into my driveway. It's
He
where-
last, what was he here in January or February? He was here and I mentioned that to him and he said, yeah, I'll get on the guy. So,
He did tell me something about that 3 weeks ago.
about them coming here.
Yeah, something about, I think it was something about them held up. I can't remember the conversation exactly.
I don't have an answer for you, Gordy, but I'll find one for you. I'll get with Colin and try to figure out what the holdup is.
Thank you for letting us know.
But yeah, I want to get that done because otherwise it's just gonna fall apart again.
Mhm.
And we're gonna fix it again. It's a nice road right there now. Yeah. All right. Any other public comment?
Yes, Aaron Myers, 42 West Street,
Uh-huh.
for Jason. You said there's an easement on West Street to get to Dollar
Well,
General.
I don't know.
We
said-
were looking
she was
into
looking.
where
I don't
there, yes,
know.
but I don't wanna go behind your house.
Anyway, there is an easement behind all those houses, but you're not going through there because there's trees in there, electric poles, you're not going through there.
It's just something that we were discussing
It's not
where,
like a
yeah.
path, you wouldn't be able to put a path in there.
It's an alley.
It's an alley.
Oh.
It is all.
It's a mulberry alley.
It's a Mulberry Alley.
Got a shed. So I build a
We
garage.
could make
in
an
it.
off-road course.
I just want to throw that out.
What about where the pump station is, but directly west of it on West Street, is that?
That is my property and the neighbor's property.
All right, I didn't know if that was.
Yeah, there's not one in between there.
Used to be.
Well, there's a road there, I just didn't know if that was, all right.
You gotta figure out something else.
Well,
Any other public comments?
You mean the
Yes,
sidewalk
ma'am.
that goes like this around the telephone pole?
As I heard Nancy back there saying it's slowing down.
I just have a question, Nancy Doyle, Hiawatha. I've been interested in these houses that they're gonna do the easement for, or
The variance.
area plan thing. And I know it's down by Anita's too, so those aren't very big lots. Are they just putting single family houses there?
It's
Yeah.
actually Eller fertilizer plant. It
Mhm.
used to be, so.
Yes.
Yes, and
Big.
so
My
his
dad
plan,
worked
so
there.
initially, he wanted to do multiple family homes there.
That's what I was
Like 2
concerned
years.
about.
Yeah, and we said no.
He also brought up storage
Storage
units and we
units.
said no.
So they are to be single
There'd
family.
be single family homes.
Not a lot there, and it always makes me nervous when I see kind of ambiguous names for the LLC. That was a really weird one. And then when I looked at that property where that address goes, I didn't like what I
If they,
saw.
if they put 4 or 5 single family homes down there, though, it will make that area look a lot nicer down through there.
You don't see a little much traffic.
Goes up in that
Yeah, I
area.
like my calm, quiet corner. And just too packed in there does not bode well.
Yeah.
For Mulberry.
Yeah. We're used to our bigger lots.
And I will be here next month to say my opinion then, so I'm saying it now.
Is there any other public comment?
I just text Colin for you.
Oh, did you?
He said, I thought that they came out and finished it, but he said, he's gonna call him first thing in the morning and let you know.
Cool, thank you. All right, no other public comments, seeing none. Kind of motion to adjourn. Motion made, do we get a second?
Second.
All,
There you
all in favor?
go. Lindsay and
Are
Dave.
you in favor of adjourning?
Sure.
Yeah, how about you, Liz? Yeah,
I can deal with
Just trying to
it.
figure out the-
all opposed? None? All right, we're adjourned.